okay, we got to talk about Jalen Hurd. Didn't practice today. It's kind of getting like, it's like a running joke now. Like, oh, guess what? You already know. Jalen Hurd not playing. My question is, why do the 49ers give him a free pass? And the context I have is Dante Pettis. The Niners had no patience for Dante Pettis. Dante Pettis had a good rookie year for a rookie wide receiver. He finished very strong. The Niners thought he was going to be their number one wide receiver coming into 2019. And he had a terrible camp. He was awful, really bad. And they were very hard on him. It was clear he was in the doghouse. They publicly talked about how bad he was playing. They tried to say nicer things about him last year, and then they cut him. I just feel like the Niners took a hard line with Pettis, made it clear they thought he was soft, made it clear that they felt he needed tough love, that he didn't need coddling, that maybe he'd been coddled his whole life, having become, Gary Pettis' son, rich kid. They were tough on him. Jalen Hurd, this guy's never played. Say what you want about Dante Pettis. He was healthy most of the time. This guy's never healthy. He's healthy long enough to make the team he plays for like a week, makes a team, goes back to rehabbing. Pettis played games. Hurd's never played a game. And yet, before final cuts, Kyle's like, well, yeah, he's going to make the team because we know he's one of our 6 best wide receivers. Why would you say that? Why would you publicly endorse a guy who's never played a game when you didn't publicly endorse Dante Pettis? Or maybe you did publicly, but you also were very candid with your displeasure of Dante Pettis. That's on the record. Jalen Hurd, free pass after free pass. So why different treatment? I have a theory. Wes Welker. Wes Welker is the 49ers wide receiver coach. He came here in 2019. In 2018, he was with the Texans. 2018 was when the Niners drafted Dante Pettis and Richie James Jr. 2019, the Niners drafted Deebo Samuel and Jalen Hurd. Deebo Samuel and Jalen Hurd are way different, very, very different than Dante Pettis and Richie James Jr. I think Wes Welker didn't like Dante Pettis. I think he looked at the wide receiver room and thought it was soft. And I think he saw Dante Pettis as the poster boy of it. And I think his contribution was to come to the team and say, we need much bigger wide receivers, tougher wide receivers, guys who can break tackles and run like George Kittle. And he changed the complexion of that room from guys like Pettis and Richie James and Marquise Goodwin to guys like Deebo Samuel and Jalen Hurd and Jawan Jennings and all these tough guys. I think that's a Wes Welker thing. What you don't understand is that the Niners position coaches are also their main scouts. They all watch hundreds of players. They all watch all the players that the scouts watch, give full reports, and I think their reports are weighted as much or more than the scouts. So Welker likes Jalen Hurd. Welker probably gave him a good report and advocated for the Niners to draft him. So he's going to make himself look right. His first impression of Pettis most likely was, I don't like this guy for these reasons. I like Hurd. He's different for these reasons. So Hurd has his advocate in the room. Pettis didn't, in my opinion. So it's tough to flourish when you don't have someone who's in your corner. Now, the problem is once you leave your first team and you're waived and you're, floating, you're a journeyman throughout the league, now no one's in your corner. Pettis, no one's in your corner anymore. And maybe you don't deserve it. I mean, you blew it. But Hurd gets these passes because of Welker, I think. That's what I think. And I think it's pretty whack. Wes, these people. Have you noticed a lot of people in life just are more interested in being right than getting things right? I want to be right. I said Jalen Hurd was going to work out. Let it go. Feels like he's kind of playing the organization. It's like they all want him to work out, so he's going to, do the bare minimum, keep collecting checks. It's not his fault that he's hurt. If they want him to be here, he'll stay here. But I don't know. Free pass, I think it's coming from Wes. I think it's pretty weak. Wes weaker. No, that didn't sound good. Anyway, that's how I read it.